welcome to the channel. My name is Cassidy Cash. If you like Shakespeare history and think one of the best ways to learn about the past is to try out a piece of that history for yourself, then you are going to love it here on DIY History, where we try out games, recipes, and crafts from the life of William Shakespeare that you can do yourself at home. So hit that like and subscribe button because we're here every Saturday. This week, we're taking a look at a card game called Laugh and Lie Down. Some scholars suggest it should be called Laugh and Lay Down, but the reason the game is called this at all is because players at some point in the game are forced to lay down their hand, at which point everyone else that's playing is instructed to laugh at them. So the game is called Laugh and Lie Down. In case you would like to laugh right along with your family and friends in true 16th century style, then you can play along with us here in this episode where we're going to show you how to play Laugh and Lie Down. This card game is thought to have been invented in 1522, and there's a reference to it in Francis Willoughby's publication about games from the mid-1600s. And we can place this game directly into the life of William Shakespeare through a play called Two Noble Kinsmen. Two Noble Kinsmen is one of the last plays that William Shakespeare was involved with. He co-wrote it with John Fletcher around the year 1614. We're not 100% sure when Two Noble Kinsmen was written, but we place it in 1614 because there is a reference to the fire at the Globe and the prologue of this play. And of course, we know that the Globe Theatre burned down in 1613, just a year prior. The reference shows up in the play when Amelia is talking to her friend and says that she could laugh now. She's so happy she could laugh now. And the woman with her says, and I could lie down. Now you can play this game with a standard deck of cards, and it is specifically for 5 players. And you'll need all 5 players for the game to work. It's kind of like bridge in that way, where you can't have less than that or more than that player. So it is a game for 5 people. Think of it like Foursquare, only maybe 5 square. Anyway, you need 5 people. If you want to be truly authentic when you're playing this game, you will want to use a 16th century French deck of cards. I have a previous episode I'll link you to below this video on why French cards are actually more authentic for the life of William Shakespeare than English cards. So you can make sure you check out that link. But like I said, we're going to play with a standard deck of cards in today's episode, and you are invited to do that as well. You do need exactly 52 cards, so count your cards first to make sure that your deck of cards has all the ones that you need. Now you're going to need money for this game because instead of points, you will be earning cash at the end of the game. The game is played with pence coins, but you can also play it with regular pennies for those of us here in the US. Or if you don't want to track down enough pence or pennies to play this game, you can also use this handy printable that I have created to go along with it. This is completely free. If you're on my email list, you will already get this sent to you. And this is just a printable that you can print out and cut out all these circles to create you some fake pennies for the purpose of playing this game if you want to. When we played this game, it's best for each player to have about 5 coins per person going into the game, just to make sure that all of the coins changing hands, that there's enough for everybody to go around. Now, for our game, the first step is to decide who's going to be the dealer. When we played, we just picked a dealer and started there, but the official rules say that you should cut the deck to determine the dealer. The lowest card drawn gets to be the dealer, and in this game, the ace is low. So if you draw an ace, you have drawn the lowest card and you're the dealer. Once you decide on your dealer, then the dealer antes up 3 pence and every other player adds 2 pence. This is just the cost to play the game. You put them all together and it forms a pot of coins that you will use later in the game, but it's not part of regular play. So after everyone has anteed, it makes the most sense to slide the pot over to the side outside of regular play. The dealer starts by dealing 8 cards face down to each player. Then the remaining 12 cards are placed face up on the table in what David Bartlett called higgledy-piggledy fashion, which is a phrase I just love. So feel free to put your own higgledy-piggledy fashion out there on the table. There's no order or arrangement that needs to be followed. The 12 cards are simply placed out on the table face up where everybody can see them. Then play begins to the left of the dealer.
He can play the 1 and claim the 1. So Shakespeare can't claim the 2 cards. He can lay the 1 and claim the 1, or he could have laid 1 and claimed the 3.
Correct.
And then on another time, if he has a 3, the other 3, he can lay it and claim the other one.
Right.
Or if all 3 threes were on the table, he could have played the 1 and grabbed the 3 of them.
Correct.
So this is what he is doing.
Okay.
I take my 6 and go 2 6.
Well, that's a 9.
Oh, no.
You can grab the 1 6.
I am going to take my jack and take another jack.
So what we've determined, best we can tell from the instructions, on your turn, you can either make a pair or a mournival, but you can't make a 3 of a kind. For me then, I'm going to make a pair. If you hold a matching pair and another player captures a table card of that rank, you can immediately add the pair to your 1 card since it may no longer be 1 in any other way. So you don't steal this from me.
Okay.
But if you're holding 2 9s and I've already laid 2 9s down, then you lay your 2 9s down because you're not going to have a chance to do anything else with. You made a pair.
I made a pair.
Okay, so Shakespeare's turn now. Okay, so Shakespeare has to let, and we all laugh. Okay,
Sorry,
you're
Shakespeare.
sorry. Sorry, Shakespeare. Play continues to the left with each player playing 1 card from their hand to try and make a pair with what's shown on the table. When you can't make a pair or you can't make a mournival, which is 4 of a kind, you have to lie down, which means you put all of your cards from your hand out on the table and they go into play for the subsequent players, which means now the player that comes after you can make a pair or a mournival using the cards that you'd laid down. Once there's only 1 player left in the game who has any cards remaining in their hand, that person wins, and then you count up your points. At the end comes the payoff. Whoever was last gets 5 pence from the pot. Next, everyone counts their 1 cards. Anyone who captured fewer than 8 cards pays into the pot 1 pence for every pair of cards they won short of their original 8. So it's 1 pence for every pair of cards they won short of their original 8.
Okay, so he's 2 cents in.
So he pays 2. Now, if you have more than 8, then you get to take a penny from the pot for every pair you won in excess of 8.
So I have 8 with 1 pair left over, so I get
So
1.
you get 1. You have 8 with 1 pair left over, so you get 1. More than 8 cards, you get 1 pence for every pair you won in excess of that 8.
I have 6.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. He
I got
has
6. Oh, did I get 6
And how many
pennies?
did you have?
No.
I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so you had 16 cards. Minus the 8 means you get 4 pennies for the set, for the pairs,
Okay, which is what's left.
which is what's left.
Which was the last of the pot.
Yes.
Oh, cool. So in addition to the 5 for winning, I also get to get some for
Yes.
the pairs that I took
Or
as
pay
well.
some in.
Awesome. And that's how you play Laugh and Lie Down. Please let us know in the comments if you played this game yourself and what you think about it. That's it for this week. Thank you for being here. I'm Cassidy Cash, and I hope you learned something new about the Bard. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.